Hello, I'm Greg Hrutkay, Hrutkay Mods, and welcome to episode 11 of season 4 of my PowerPC series. Today's episode, I'm going to take your advice and actually restore the iBook G3 clamshell prototype here to as well as we can get it back to factory original, prototype original, by replacing the logo with this top case logo right here. This was given to me by, I believe his name was Christopher. He gave me a big box of clamshell parts that I actually have enough parts to build an entire clamshell out of tangerine and blueberry clamshells parts. But there's like one hinge piece missing, which wouldn't be a deterrent, but there's also no screws. So I wouldn't be able to actually hold it together, but I could build a whole functional system out of those parts. This is one of them, and this has it still has the logo on it. So what we're going to be doing is moving this logo over to this in this video. Won't be a whole lot, but we'll also show off the final results of this thing being restored. So yeah, let's get to it. Okay, so let's first explain why we're doing this. Real quick, the reason why we're putting a logo on the prototype was apparently it did originally come with it. And there's clues that helped me figure that one out. Originally Hap of AlittleBiteDifferent.com, who is a prototype collector, we've talked about him in the past. He said that prototype clamshells didn't come with the logo because they weren't needed to test them out. Well, I found proof that they did actually, and I even found more proof on the system. So if we take this top case off, fooled you, didn't I? If you look in here, there's some yellow residue and stuff. That's old dried out adhesive. So it did originally have a logo in here. And another clue was off of, I believe it was the MacBook Pro, maybe the MacBook Pro 2016 introduction video. There was a picture of a clamshell during the evolution of the Mac notebook video. And that picture of that clamshell had a FireWire port in it, and it was blueberry. For all we know, this could have been that one in that picture. It probably wasn't, but that was more proof that the prototypes came with this because it had that on it. So we're going to take the logo off this top case and stick it on this one. Some people would say just swap the top cases. This is really messed up. It's got a lot more scratches than you can see. In fact, the logo itself isn't in great shape either. I just got some of the scratches out of it, but it's pretty bad. But it will still look better on the prototype. Plus, of course, the top case on the prototype is a prototype case. It may still be the original normal production top case, but this is the original case that came with it. So we're going to use it. So let's get this logo off here, and we'll take it from there. So let's go. Okay, so how we're getting this logo off? Well, I could probably pry into it and pop it out and risk damaging that. Or I could try to bend the case and possibly break the case. Or I could drill it out from behind and just push it out, which I think that's what we're going to do. It won't really hurt the top case, and I can reuse it in the future. And if I'm careful enough, it won't even hurt the logo itself. The thing is, I don't really have anything to drill it with, so we'll be using probably a screw bit in here somewhere, and then pushing it out. What would be a good one to drill a hole with? It doesn't have to be a huge hole. Just enough to get some pressure behind it, and it will pop the logo right out. I've done this in the past to get like broken headphone jacks out of headphone connectors out of headphone jacks. It works. If you drill it from the other end, it pushes right out. Actually might be too big. Let's go with this. What we'll do is we'll pick the center, just start I don't know how thick this is. We got a hole forming. Just try to push it out. All right, we're through now. It did drill a small hole in the back of it. It won't be super noticeable. But now we gotta figure out how to punch it out. Let's try the SIM card tool and hopefully not break it. And presto, it's still got good adhesive on it. It is pretty strong. It popped right out. And as we can see, it's just slightly, you won't really be able to notice it. We might be able to feel that in a little bit, and you won't even see the hole on the other side. So let's get the Apple logo leaf out. That shouldn't be as hard to do, I don't think. I don't see a whole lot of adhesive in it. Yeah, I won't be able to pry it out, but let's see here. Try not to drill a hole in the back of this too. Oh, I broke the SIM tool. Oops. Well, I might be able to fix that. Nope, that just totally broke. Thank God for iFixit's lifetime warranty there. Oops. Got it out. All right. So, next thing. Here's the logo. Like so. Now we can stick it in that, but before we do that, I'm going to clean it up a little bit and clean this up and try to fill that hole in a little bit to see if I can mask the fact that there's a hole drilled in the back of it now. It's a little noticeable, but not super noticeable. Honestly, I might leave it, but still. Let's clean this up and clean that up, and I'll be right back. Okay, so after some scrubbing, I managed to get the back of the logo clean-ish, clean enough, where it will go in here and stay with some glue. What they did from the factory, and the reason why these popped off, and I can tell by how this one was actually still really good. The glue was really, really good on it. In fact, it's still kind of greasy. I don't know if I'm just clean it off of my shirt here. It might work. But anyway, what they do is they did a apple-shaped adhesive pad, a little adhesive sheet that went to the back of it. And that's how they stuck the logo on. And with time, the adhesive wore out and came off. So we are going to use this possibly dry tube of super glue. Yeah. This could be interesting. 1 second. All right, so I cut the tip off the bottle, and yes, it still has glue in it. So it's going to make it a lot more challenging to do this without putting fingerprints on everything. But just very careful. 1 drop. It's more than enough. There. There's the leaf. Still don't know if that's really clean enough or not. I mean, it's not sticky anymore, but for some reason there's some kind of weird grease on it. I don't know if that's going to keep it from sticking or not. Yeah, well, just see what happens. If it falls off, it falls off. So we will put a drop here. We will put a drop here. We will put a drop here. Any day now. I know there's glue in here. That's a small drop. Drop here. There. There. And one in the center. Make sure I have no glue on my fingers. All right. Logo's on. Now we just need to show you everything about the machine now that it's finished officially. As it's about as finished as it's going to get. There's some things we'll cover real briefly about it. We'll wrap up the video. So anyway, that's it. Let's get to it. Okay, we're back on my patented shaky cam here, and here it is running. Let's get the max fit. The backlight on this is a little more dim than I'd like, but it's a prototype. I'm not changing anything more out of it. Here it is. It's running. It seems to be working fine. Works just as good as it did last year when you guys saw it. Here's the specs. Okay, so we got all that. We'll shut this off here. We'll show you the system, what it looks like now, and explain a few things, and then we'll wrap everything up. So let's get to it. Okay, so we'll start with the top case. Of course, we got the new logo on here. If you look at it, it does have a lot of swirl marks in it, but this whole case is a little worn out. So it actually blends in. It looks like it was the original ones, in my opinion. Your opinion might be different, but it's my system. Anyway, so yeah, this is just a normal blueberry clamshell on the outside until, of course, you get over to the firewire port on the side that is molded into the case. And when you open it up, it's, of course, it looks just like a normal blueberry. I already took that cover off there. That's why it fell off. It's not broken. I just wanted easy access to it. But yeah, small little cracks here and there, crack there. But, you know, it's original as I can get it. The optical drive here works totally fine. The only thing wrong with it is it will not eject itself. When you press the ejection button, you have to use the manual eject button right there to actually eject the drive. It's a small little problem, but yeah, you know, as long as you have a pencil or something to jam in that hole, it works. Look underneath, and there's the information sticker, the Matty Mac sticker, the development team sticker, and then the FCC not certified yet sticker here. If we crank that down here, maybe. There we go. It's all back together. And yeah, FCC sticker's really hard to read, but it's got all the original stickers still on it. So yeah, system is basically done now. It's running the internal version of 9.1 that I can't share from HAP. It's also running 9.22 and it's running 10.4 Tiger. And it's going to be a fun little system for some future videos from me and other people. We won't go into detail about that right now, but yeah, it's going to be fun. So yeah, here's my iBook prototype, completely back together, back to exactly the way it left Apple the first time when it was out in the field. It's as close as I can get it. Of course, it doesn't have the original hard drive. It's got an SSD in its place. But, yeah, I couldn't do much about that. Everything else is original except it's missing the battery. But wouldn't have survived that long anyway, usually, so it's not a huge loss. And I'm sure it wasn't anything special. But, yeah. There's the clamshell. It's finally finished. It has the logo on it, and we're good. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching today. Don't forget, I do have a Patreon. If you'd like to support me, there'll be a link at the end of the video and in the description below. And that's about it. This has been a Hrutkay Mods video.